Right, let's take a look at my phone. Get the live chat up and running. That might be a very good start. Let me just find it somewhere on this app somewhere. There it is. Lovely. Right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are around the world. Welcome to today's Train Sim World live stream. And after much going toing and froing in my head over the past couple of days of which DLC I should do a stream on in Train Sim World 2, well, there was only one contender after much thought, and that is taking a look at, I would say, one of the most controversial DLCs in Train Sim World's history, and that is the Diesel Legends of the Great Western for Great Western Express. A very long time for me, my local route. So, what we've got to play with in this pack, as you can tell from the right-hand side of your displays, we have got the BR Class 101, the 08 and the 52, which come as standard with the Diesel Legends of the Great Western, but you can also see some other toys have been added to the little playlist here, some other locomotives, such as the BR Class 47 from Northern Transpennine, the 45, and also the 31 from Tees Valley. So I thought, let's kick things off with a bang by using the 08 here, and we're going to prepare a train, an express, where we will have to collect what's the earliest one, or the latest one I should say, coach preparation. Here we go, 8 AM on the dot, where we have to collect passenger carriages from Old Common and prepare the train for the following service. Right, I'll take a look at the chat and say my hellos. Polish Kid, hello, hope you're well. Liam, exploring all of the UK train stations by the train. E60 Guy 101, hey, how are you? TSW turns 5 years old today. Wow. 5 years old. Wow. Extraordinary. Thierry, hey, hope you're well. I'm very well, thank you. Mr. Quicko Gaming, bonjour, hope you're well. I've been certainly keen to do a stream on this DLC pack, the Diesel Legends of the Great Western. So let's put the reverser. Actually, no, I need to stand up for starters and turn on the lights. Move forward. No, do I need to move forward or backwards? No, I have to go backwards actually. So here we are at Old Common. Let's just check the points and make sure they're in the correct positions, such as that one, which is now in the correct position, and that one is, that one next to it is not, that one is neither, and there's the coaches. Put the locomotive brake on, or change the configuration to the locomotive brake, so that's what we'll be using. And off we go. Just a couple to 6 coaches, which are inside the Old Common depot, usually where the HSTs would be on the modern equivalent of Great Western Express. This is the 08. Nice little grog to play with. Quite a few diesel locomotives in the yard as well. You got a 52 there, I think it was a 47, not too far away as well. Yeah, pretty cool. Now the reason why this pack would seem to be controversial is because it's pretty much 3 locomotives which we already have in Transpennine, Tees Valley, and West Somerset if you include the 52. And I could have kind of understand that, you know. I would have preferred, personally speaking, that we would have something completely new from the ground up to be, you know, that would really be, I suppose, the headline act for this pack. It will make it much more of, I suppose, that a pack would, that people would take on the chin, that people would accept more easily if it was a brand new locomotive. But considering the fact that the 52 we have is a variation of the one from West Somerset, I suppose didn't kind of particularly please everyone. But to me, this pack is not too bad. I mean, it's the best of both worlds. It's a pack that was on for a long time what was my local route, and of course closest to where I was born and lived for most of my younger years, as well as recent years as well. But also it's historical old British Rail Blue era days, and I like that, as you know. So also a fun fact, this timetable package, the Diesel Legends of Great Western, if you have all of the additional services courtesy of the, you know, the 45, the heavy freight pack, and the 31, etc, etc, this actually is the biggest historical timetable package in the game. I think 268 services you saw at the beginning of the stream, that surpasses all of them, including Tees Valley with its 2 locomotive DLCs, Transpennine, sadly, West Cornwall, and even the Clinchfield Railroad. So that's pretty, it's not too bad, that's pretty good. As well, you get some tutorials, 5 scenarios as well. We're just coupling up to 6 BR, excuse me, 6 BR Mark II coaches. I suppose what's also a good thing about this particular timetable is that you get to be more, I'd say, more busy in certain areas that you wouldn't be on this standard Great Western Express timetable. I mean, if you compare, say, Older Common, for example, you know, you could tell from the BR Class 08 there, timetable list, I think it had, what, 12, 13 services? That's not too bad. Oh, I've gone too far. Oh no, stop. Let's try that again before I talk. That's better. It derailed? How on earth is that possible? Well, I'm excuse me if I'm losing my voice. I am absolutely flabbergasted. How on God's earth did we derail from that? The locomotive was at a standstill. I am absolutely flabbergasted. I cannot believe that. Well, I'm definitely doing that again. I'm stunned. How the hell is it derailed? It was lined up perfectly. Wow. Wow. Oh, I have lost for words, really. That's extraordinary. This pack clearly wants to put me to the test. Wow. I'm so apologies for the long gap of me talking now. I'm just I'm flabbergasted. I literally have no idea what happened. Okay, maybe when I couple up I should lower the Buckeye first, then couple up second, rather than get right up close to the buffers, lower the Buckeye, and I presume if I'm guessing that I lowered the Buckeye, and the moment I press the connection button, it will went Scooby-Doo. That's my guessing. I don't know. I have no idea. Right, let me take a look at the chat. Mr. Cricket Gaming, how's the petrol station? this week, not too bad. Things have calmed down a little bit. Mainly because we've put our prices up. That mainly explains why. But also the Easter holidays are ending, so it's a bit less busy, I suppose. And well, it's effectively gone back to normal, which is nice for a change. So the fuel has not run out at all this week, which is a nice surprise. Tier, it's not a bad overall package. I agree with you. It's not a bad overall package. And anyway, back to what I was saying about this timetable. There was another area as well. Anyway, back to what was I saying about Auto Common? Oh yeah, I feel that the services here in Auto Common on the Diesel Legends of Great Western compared to hang on, I'm all over the... Let's restart. I'm all over the place here. I'm trying to talk and do things at the same time. I'm not a very good multitask person. My brain has gone to Neverland. Let me drink a bit of tea first and refresh my mind. Yeah, what I was saying. The Diesel Legends of Great Western... There are two particular depots, Auto Common being one of them. I feel as though that the activity feels more involving to some degree, because I think with Great Western Express's timetable in Auto Common, it's pretty simple. You just take the train out, take the 43 out of the depot into Paddington, and that's it. With this, it's so much more. You've got to couple up to the coaches. You've got to bring them in. I think even at the very, very start of the its timetable, you've got to actually sort the coaches out and shunt them all together. So there's so much more to do. A lot more shunting, which I like. And of course, it equals more services to do on the Auto Common. There's another part as well. I think it's near... Is it near Slough? Where is it? I'm forgetting where it is. There's another one. There's another depot. It's not near Slough, is it? No, it can't be. It's not there. There's another depot which you hardly use if you... Well, you don't have any services at all, if I'm not mistaken. Is it here? It might be here. I think it's where some of the 101s go to rest at the sidings there. And you have to bring them in and out of service, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It might be the wrong place. But that's another unique thing that Diesel Legends of Great Western does, because or offers, because there are no services that incorporate the use of that yard or sidings in its modern 2017 timetable package. E60 Gamma 1, to me the ES44AC sounds like a bus. I don't know, I mean, the ES44AC, I was watching the tutorial of it, and I had a little play with it as well earlier today. When you compare the sounds to it, like the real world version, it doesn't sound as close as I would have, as I thought, to the real world equivalent. But hey, that's just how it is. I think there was also a patch that came out yesterday for Horseshoe Curve. I haven't read anything regarding that, but when I came home from work yesterday and turned on the PlayStation and saw that Horseshoe Curve had an update, I was like, ooh. I did look at the list or anything like that, mainly because I've forgotten to. But then when I had a play around of it today, there was some quite different, a significant difference that concerns the intermodal, the freight wagons. They've, the intermodal container wagons, they've got rid of some of the branding of Hapag Lloyd and Hamburg Sud and one, the pink one, and they've just got more plain colours, or just colours without the actual logos on. Now let's get this right this time. I'm gonna get out of the cab, and I'm going to do this. That's better. Now you saw me do that. If I get this wrong, then I have no idea what is wrong. Take it nice and steady. That is as close as perfection as you're going to get. Come on, game. Whoa, it derailed again. How is this possible? I am a shunting master. There is no way that can be wrong. Well, I am... How is that possible? Damn, I wanted to... Oh, let me do another one. Courage preparation, collect carriages, yeah, that's at 3:35 in the morning. No, don't do it. So it'll take... We'll just go on and on. Doing the same thing again, I imagine, breaking things and all that stuff. Right, let's take a 52 out of London Paddington to Reading. This one will go... let's have one a bit more in the morning. Bristol Temple Meads, I think that's a good one. An express service to Bristol Temple Meads from London Paddington as far as Reading. Now, there's no way this train can derail. Well, let me take a look at the chat. And there should be an army of Class 31 somewhere. Oh yeah, I think at the round at the back of the... or to the right-hand side of Old Oak Commons depot there. Thierry, the only thing I think Dovetail should have done is remove the electric wires. I think they should have done that as well, but that's how it is, I suppose. I would have personally said, hey, let's just have a 1970s route of Great Western Express, a different part of the line maybe, going from, I don't know, Reading to Bristol Temple Meads or something, or Bristol to Plymouth or something. I think that would have made much more sense, but hey, that's just my view. Mr. Cook, again, I feel like you work for Shell. How did you guess that? Well, I blimey. You're absolutely right, I do. I should add them as a sponsor for my YouTube channel. Thierry, VOA originally had 5 services from the heavy freight pack adds 1 and Tees Valley adds the rest. Oh, I didn't realise that. I know it added a freight service, but I didn't realise it had just 5 originally. Wow. Thierry, wish the heavy freight pack added a few more freight services also. There was a couple more freight services you could include, both for TEA tanker wagons as well as the 12-ton vans. Heavy freight pack. Yeah, I think it does have the TEA tanker wagons. I can confirm. I have seen the tanker wagons being used on the Diesel Legends, but as far as the vans are concerned, they are not there. Thierry, someone in the group said that the SD70E sounds like the 66 because they have the same engine. On Austria Curve, they added trailer wagons. Oh, they added trailer wagons. Oh, okay. Well, I might have to have a hunt on that timetable then tomorrow. But yeah, the SD70 ACE. You're absolutely right. I think the power plant that the SD70AC has is, I think, similar if not identical to the BR Class 66. Maybe there are slightly differences in repackaging of the power plant and so on and so forth. But other than that, I think the engine is pretty much similar if not identical. Certainly sounds very, very similar. Right. Let's switches under the driver's seat. Oh. Oh, you can't move. Never mind. That's interesting. Switches under the desk. Can you move under here? No, you can't. It's a bit annoying. Headlights. Train classification. Marker lights. So, is that all the instrument lights? Of course. Cab changeover. And the AWS. Oh, it doesn't work. I've got the reverser on, haven't I? The master key is turned on. Oh, very odd. What have we got to do? Uncouple the 08 from the back, which we should have. Oh no, it's not an 08. It's another 52. Imagine having that, a double-headed 52 Express. Beautiful. Right, let me try and figure a way to... Is the handbrake on or something that I... Is there something that I should have done? There is no way I can turn it on. Is it not the other way around, maybe? Let me try it again. There we go. That's better. Fixed it. It never was broken, but yeah. Mr. Quicker, double-headed express on Great Western Express. Yeah, that'd be quite cool. But that 08 service is I'm just thinking about it constantly. How is it? Excuse me. How is it going to? Well, excuse me, language here. But how has that service gone to shit? I practiced a ton load out of that. Way earlier in the year when I got this pack on the PS4, I remember I did it. I did those services back to front. You name it. For some reason it didn't work. It must be some sort of glitch or bug. Alright, let's depart Paddington. A rubbish horn, but never mind. Oh, feel the power. Yeah, rock and roll. You can't beat a Western thundering out of London Paddington. Fantastic. Yeah. The need for speed is here. Fantastic. God, that gave me a fright, that bell. Nearly knocked over my tea. Lovely. So the first location we're going to go via is the gantry 8 to 1, which is not too far away. It's quite good that we get to use the 52 as well, other than something on West Somerset. I mean, which version of the 52 do you, ladies and gentlemen, like? Do you like the BR Blue one here, or do you like the red West Somerset one? To me, I like this one more, the Blue Western, the BR Blue one. To me, it has more character to it. And also a fun fact, these nameplates on the side, there are, I think, 72 or 50 odd different nameplates in the game. So every time you pick a service with this BR Blue 52 on Diesel Legends, the name changes, and this one we have the Western Sultan. Just saw a 31, presumably coming into London Paddington. I just caught a snapshot of it as I returned to the driver's seat. Thierry, there's a video on YouTube with a 66 and a 52 on a freight service. Really? Ooh. That must be, I presume, what's it called? Off the rails mode or something? Or just a glitch. Speaking of Great Western, I'm very much looking forward to the Preservation Cruise update. It should add the PIS system, the updated Sky technology. I think there's also some changes to the 66 in terms of what you can do on its timetable or something, because one thing I'm not a very happy bunny with as far as the current Great Western Express we have. The 66 is very limited, I feel, in terms of what it can do. Like, you know, you have these unloading facilities. I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head. One of them is near Acton. Is it Acton? Near Acton or something? There's like a processing plant there or something, where you can unload wagons and so on and so forth. I believe there's a scenario where you can do a similar type of thing. It would be nice if we could have that in the services as well. And I think Dovetail are addressing that to some degree, or it's near the Acton mainline station, isn't it? There's that what seems to be portraying as a construction site, presumably building I don't know, houses or something at the time. But it would be nice to have that difference with the, you know, in terms of the activities you can do with the 66, rather than just going from up and down the line with those containers and the is it the HGA wagons or whatever, the red ones? I forget what they're called. The Deutsche Bahn red wagons. Hayes Tarmac Facility, Thierry Jenkins is correct. He knows more about this route than I do. I think Dovetail should have added some services that stopped at Slough and Maidenhead, says Thierry. Do you mean with the 52? Yeah, with the 52 you mean. I was going to say, there are services in Diesel Legends that do stop at those stations, for 101. The 31, I'm not sure, maybe. That 31 could do, actually, I'm not too sure. But certainly the 101 does. You've got all stop services and with the BR Class 101. Mr. Quicker Gaming, are you excited or egg-cited for Steam? Very much so. I'm... wow, I'm struggling to find words that can describe my excitement for it. You know, as you know, I'm a bit of an old-school fan of Train Sim World in terms of, you know, these kind of eras, you know, 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, or anything prior to 2000, essentially. And to have a route from 1958 and steam trains, wow. I bloody cannot wait for it. I hope and pray to the heavens that it is as good as the hype portrays it to be. Let's hope, let's hope, let's hope. It'll be fascinating to drive a steam train on this game. Absolutely fascinating. I mean, I've never driven a steam train in ever in video games, let alone in Train Sim World. So I hope that it will be as fun and as challenging as it probably is in the real world, and maybe in Train Simulator as well. So of course we have 28 miles to go until Reading. Thierry, yeah, with the 52 and the 31 does. Ah, I see. There's a 101. Long 101. Ooh, look at that. You've got 6 car 101s I didn't expect that. I thought they were just free car. Obviously I was mistaken. Lovely. E60 Carbon 1. Sadly on Xbox you can no longer get TSW 2020. Oh no. Well, I hope that hope you've all got 2020 then. I have. Still got it downloaded. Mainly because of Northeast Corridor New York and the lovely Amtrak shunter. I do plan to do a stream on that, by the way. Diddling. 86 miles per hour, pretty quick for the Western. We're due into Reading at roughly 10:51 AM. Pretty sure we will smash that time with the speed we're going at. Granted, it's not as fast as 125 miles per hour, but it's still pretty quick. Let me give you some facts and statistics on the BR Class 52. Of course, when it came to Train Sim World, it was the first diesel hydraulic locomotive to be added to Train Sim World, which was the 52 for West Somerset back in 2019. The 52 was built to work the Big Express. It spent its days mainly operating through British Railways Western Region, and of course now enjoys retirement on Heritage Railways, West Somerset a clear example. Now in 1955 the Modernization Plan of British Railways was published. Pretty much the details of the plan, called for all the the regions of British Railways to gradually phase out steam locomotives and bring in the modern diesels as the replacements. Now, while most of the network opted for the diesel electric versions, the western region of the United Kingdom, however, took a different approach, and they started chasing or using the idea of the hydraulic transmission. Now, a handful of the designs would be produced in the following years for various duties, freight and passenger, as you're seeing on this stream here. But none will be as striking as this, the 52, also known as the Western, which first was introduced in the 1960s. It was obviously diesel hydraulic. It was manufactured at British Railways Crewe and Swindon. 74 were made. It weighs 110 tons, and the maximum top speed, according to the internet, is 90 miles per hour, which we are exactly now on. It produces a whopping 1,350 horsepower, has 6 tracks and motors, and its tractive effort is 66,700. Only 7 would survive into preservation. So they're pretty rare locomotives. So if you want to take a little trip back in time on the Western, and of course pick it up on West Somerset, or download or purchase the Diesel Legends of Great Western, or even better, you can go and see them in the real world. West Somerset is, of course, the best example I can give you. A Polish kid, how old is this locomotive? Well, they were produced in the 1960s. I don't know when production ended. I mean, I've just put my iPad down because I had a list of stats on the iPad, and I can't be bothered to pick it up again. But I imagine if it's the 1960s we're talking, then probably nearly 60. Well, I can't give you an exact one, but I imagine 60, maybe 60 odd years ago, something like that. Long time. I think the 08 started production or in 1950s, so the 08 is older than the Western, I think. I may be wrong. Now, once we've done the service to Reading, I can give you a choice. What service would you like to do next? Would you like to do another attempt, maybe at an 08 service, and hopefully whatever's the problem with it is resolved, third time lucky? Would you like me to do a service with the 101, or maybe do a another choice, such as the 31, the 45, or the 47? Now, the 31, it's got its own separate passenger duties. The 45 and the 47 share the 52's timetable package, and of course you've got freight services as well added into the mix as well. And of course, like I said earlier in the stream, this is the biggest historical timetable package in Train Sim World at 268 services. Right, we're just passing through Slough. I think that was Slough we just passed through. I should be right, blimey. Yeah, it's Slough. Not a nice place, Slough. It's just my view. Not the most glamorous place in Great Britain, let's be honest. I think you could buy the Diesel Legends of Great Western at, I think, standard locomotive add-on price, which in the UK is what, $10.99? Is it $10.99? $10.99, isn't it? Well, no, $11.99, is it? I don't know. I'm getting confused. It's been a while since I picked up a locomotive DLC. It's been a while since we've had one, really. A proper locomotive DLC pack. And another thing as well that comes to mind of loco packs, you know, it's funny, isn't it, that the historical stuff, you know, what is it, British Royal Heavy Freight Pack and this, the Diesel Legends of Great Western, they're actually really good packs for their prices when you think about it, because you don't just get one locomotive add-on, you know, one locomotive and that's it. You get effectively what, with the heavy freight pack, you've got two locomotives and two different types of freight rolling stock. With this, you've got the coaches, the 52, the 08 and the 101, and I think plus a new timetable and scenarios on top of all that, I think that's a decent value. That's decent. I'm not saying you should go out and buy it now, but of course you're entitled to your opinions at whether you think this pack is for you. But I think it's decent value. I mean, come on. There have been some other packs in Train Sim World which have been much worse than this, for sure. The 187 comes to mind. Not saying that 187 is a bad locomotive. I just think the sound package alone really lets it down. Uh, 13 miles to go until Reading. We're our indicated time of arrival. We should be in Reading in roughly just over 10 minutes time. E60 going 101. Most of the diesels British Rail diesels had in the modernisation plan were lemons. Really? Wow, most of them. Oh, blimey. Thierry, 11.49, but this one costs 14.99. Fair enough. I know the British Rail Heavy Freight Pack costs like 11.49. If you want me to compare like the Heavy Freight Pack to this, the Diesel Legends of Great Western, the Heavy Freight Pack is definitely one to get. 100%. 100%. I mean, it's still my favourite route in the franchise, so obviously I'm going to say that. And the Heavy Freight Pack is cheaper than the Diesel Legends of Great Western, so that's another reason to pick it up. And I think it's much more. Well, it fits. That DLC fits more nicely, if you like, into the route that it's intended for. Because Trans-Pennine is a historical route, whereas this is essentially a 1970s timetable on a 2017 or 16 kind of route or time period. So yeah, it may look a bit weird, like departing London Paddington, looking all splendid in its modern guise with 1970s traction dotted all over the place. But yeah, interesting, isn't it? I mean, this kind of pack does open the door for other kind of different timetable packs. I mean, you could add a CSX Clinchfield Railroad modern kind of timetable pack to the Clinchfield. You could add, say, a modern timetable to the West Cornwall local, Tees Valley. There are doors that have been opened because of the Diesel Legends of Great Western. Potential different timetable packs, be it timetables set in the past or in the present, or I think that's an interesting type of gameplay to be explored, I think. I mean, West Cornwall would be a good one. Imagine that. Imagine having a modern timetable on West Cornwall. I mean, you can bring in new locomotives like the 156 was it? The Class 800, the HST could be added to that. Freight wise, I've absolutely no idea. Just those kind of things, could be possible. And while we're on the subject of historical routes and time periods and things like that, we haven't had a historic German route, have we? None of the German routes we had have been set back, to the time periods that we've experienced, like the 1970s, the 80s, the 90s. It's all been in the 2000s. I mean, unless that's the Dovetail is contractually bound to make Deutsche Bahn products routes, locomotives, that has to be set in the modern age, then I don't know. But it's weird when you think about that, because even on Train Simulator, there's not really been any historical German routes. It's funny that, isn't it? You know, we've got some historical routes from the USA and England and what else? I suppose you could have some in Switzerland, maybe. Even, I mean, you could even consider the Arosa line to be kind of historic, isn't it? Because I think the historic nature that route portrays is, you know, very similar to probably how it was maybe 10, 20, 30 years ago. Right, under 5 miles to go until Reading. "13 people watching the stream, apparently. I appreciate you all taking your time out to take a look at the Diesel Legends with me. Hope you're enjoying it. Certainly good fun. Thierry's got both of the packs. Excellent. Ben Davis, what do you like more, this Great Western Railway old pack or the normal version? Ooh, I think I'll have to reserve my judgment when the preservation pack comes out. The preservation update to Great Western Express. Right now, I'd say Diesel Legends, hands down. I think that it adds, different types of gameplay in terms of shunting. You've also got, taking trains out of depots and what else? I don't know. It's just the fact that historical, kind of stuff more than the modern stuff. But that's just how I am. But yeah, right now I definitely pick Diesel Legends of Great Western. To me, it just feels more fun. I'm just more comfortable with driving historical, deep, screaming British Rail diesels on this route. And like I said, you've got shunting, you've got freight, you've got substitution as well with the 47, the 45 and the 31, which Great Western Express, the modern equivalent, has got, really zero substitution or shunting. But until the preservation update comes along, then maybe my view will change. I'll have to wait and see. Right, 1 mile to go until Reading. It's time to get on the brakes. Let's see what these brakes are like for the first time. Ooh, are we even going to stop in time? Oh my goodness me. I misjudged badly how bad these brakes are. Stop. Ooh, my goodness me, we're not going to make it, are we? Go on, Western. Do it for me. Do it for the stream. Do it for the however many people are watching this. Well done, Western. Ooh, don't stop. That's it. Whew. The Western still goes strong. I honestly thought we were going to tear through the the red signal. I keep thinking that red signal on the right is for us, but it's not. It's the one on the left I should be focusing on. My apologies. And we're on time too. Lovely. We'll stop by the HST board there on the left. Okay, maybe not. The game is not satisfied with that. Being a bit picky today is the game. A little bit more. That should do it. Perfect. And here we are at Reading. Passengers are disembarking. This is Reading. My own stomping ground. This is of course Reading Station portrayed in its updated form. The Queen opened the modernised Reading Station in I'd like to say 2012 off the top of my head. I'm thinking it's either 2009 or 2012. It's one of those. It's either one of those years, I think, or I might be completely wrong. E60 going to 1. Class 800s are one of the worst because of the truck's crack. Hey, I mean, in the real life, they're not exactly built squeaky clean, let's put it that way. But in the game, I think, no question, I would like to see it in Train Sim World, as I'm sure many others would. Ben Davis, sorry, what update is coming to this route, and what do we get? The preservation update to Great Western is pretty much bringing it in line with modern Train Sim World routes, so mainly from a visual perspective, like updated sky, what else? PIS systems, rush hour passenger technology, maybe changes to the timetable and fixes all over the place, in terms of fixes to scenery or fixes to performance, fixes to services that maybe didn't work before, should work in that preservation update, fixes to, I don't know, tutorials, scenarios, you name it. Enabling it to maybe to be, the Great Western Express locomotives to be used in like the Creators Club or livery designer, something like that. I don't know, of course, until the update has dropped, but that's just a guess. But I imagine some of those things will be added to Great Western Express. Right, what should we pick? I've completed one. That's lovely. A Thierry 2 to 31. Alright, 31. Fair enough. The gargoyle is here. So, what do we got? Services going to limited stopping service to Dickop Parkway, and that's pretty much it. Dickop Parkway, limited stop services, isn't it? Is that all it does? Yes, it is. Dickop Parkway, that's all it goes to. And plus you've got shunting, 31, 47, 45, the 52, out of order common. Of course, you've got Reading to London, Paddington as well. So yeah, let's do this one. 1428, Dickop Parkway. Or to... actually, no, we've already done one going to Reading, haven't we? Let's do one going in the opposite direction. I'll be as quick as I can. My apologies for the delay. That was late for me there. London Paddington. 57 minutes, that will do. Liam, 17th of July 2014. Oh, is that Reading Station? Okay. That's bad of me. E60 Guy 101 is on the old Northeast Corridor. Tis a good route. Tis a good route, my friend. Right, 31. I have not been on this for years. I think the last time... Blimey, the last time I was in this, oof, I think goes back to... don't know. Sometime in 2020 or something, or such a long time ago. Let's lower the seat height. I love the look of this cab though. It's weathered perfectly. You know, lots of scratches, and you know, you could tell that it's been, you know, used a lot. So this is our consist of intercity coaches once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just 6 for today. Oh, why is the light not turned on? Front headlights. Let's try again. Oh. That's odd. Let's lock the doors then. Should be right. Maybe because the rear? I thought that this would be the front. Obviously I'm mistaken. Is the lights on? No, that's the tail lights. Toggle rear headlights. Right, now it should be on. Now the light should be on correctly. Yes, it is. Release the brakes. Just release the brakes. And then we can depart to Twyford, which is the first stop of the journey. Yeah, this is a very unique locomotive, certainly in terms of its braking characteristics. It's a bit of a devil, let's say, when it comes to the braking performance. Full power. Oh, hear the noise. Fantastic. Oh, there's another one. Don't want to get hit in the face by it. Pretty cool, seeing two gargoyles close together. So we're due into Twyford at 14:25, but there's no chance of me getting there because of my delayed start from releasing the brakes and fumbling around with the lights. Thanks, says Ben Davis, no worries. E60 Guy 101, I saw one of the Harland and Wolff cranes operating. Did you really? Harland and Wolff cranes, wow. Now, I don't know much about the Harland and Wolff cranes, but they are pretty unique engineering marvels, that's for sure. A Polish kid, this locomotive really reminds me of the ST444 Gagrin? I don't know how you say that. It's probably in Polish, I imagine, but I don't know. Gagarin? E60 going 1. I made the Bud Metroliners in TSW2 with the 423. Really? Oh, livery wise. Ah. I imagine livery wise. Thierry, do you know who made Fanta? The drinks company? No idea. No idea. Let me guess, is it you? I'm joking. Not a fan of Fanta, really. Coca-Cola I like. Not much of a fizzy drinks person, to be honest with you. Can't. Blimey, I'm just thinking now, when was the last time I had an actual Coca-Cola? It's not this year, that's for sure. That's a good thing, good for the health. Now, in terms of the BR Class 31, it's a diesel electric locomotive made by Brush Traction, 263 were made, produces 1,250 brake horsepower, and the top speed is between 80 and 90 miles per hour. And in terms of the safety systems, it has AWS and DSD. Pretty cool. Of course, the 31 is made of this is a DLC, a Loco DLC for the Tees Valley line, and I think you should pick that up. I think the 31 is a very creditable asset to Tees Valley. Brings its own, brings a new type of wagon. What else does it bring? Freight services, both double-headed or single-headed formations, empty and loaded variations of those freight trains. You can also do passenger services with the 101, including runaround procedures at Saltburn. But it's a very challenging locomotive, I think, in terms of the brakes. I mean, to me, this has always been a challenging locomotive to drive when it comes to the braking performance. Because to me, the brakes have a mind of their own, particularly when it comes to releasing them. And I must also say that the sounds of the 31 are courtesy of the very well-known Armstrong Powerhouse. Surely that should be enough game. Please. Please. Yay! Well done. Thank you, game. And we're a couple of minutes late. That's not too bad. But here we are at the leafy Twyford. Soon those PAS boards will soon be fully operational. Wonder why the 31s are known as gargoyles. Maybe because of how ugly they are? I've no idea. Let's release the brakes. The next stop, once we've got going, is Maidenhead. Just over 6.5 miles away. That's where my Uncle Richard lives, in Maidenhead. If he's watching this, then yeah, we're going to you. I'm coming close to your house. Close-ish. Use the brakes. Right. Full power. Increase to maximum. No, Thierry, it was Nazi Germany. Oh, blimey, really? I didn't know. Wasn't expecting that. I thought it'd be some American in the 50s or 60s or 1960s Fanta. Would it be? When was the hell invented? Blimey. Well, when was Coca-Cola made? Well, it was made like in the 50s or 60s or something like that. I remember watching a historical advert with Coca-Cola. The one thing I like about Coca-Cola is those glasses, those glass bottles you sometimes get them in. I really like that. I don't know why. It makes it feel like having a Coca-Cola in one of those glass bottles feel more unique. Like a special occasion or something you'd have on a lovely sunny summer's evening with a barbecue, when you're having a barbecue or something. That's just me. E60 Gamma 1. One thing I like to see for TSW2 is the menu music from TSW 2020. Do you like the old menu? I do. I do like the menu, particularly when selecting the tiles. You know, you see little pictures on those tiles of, the locomotives of that respective route, and plus the music. I'm not a fan of the music itself, but I would like to have some sort of music in a menu of Train Sim World 2, or maybe the next Train Sim World game. Yeah, I think of all the games I have, and the one I play the most, Train Sim World is the only game which doesn't have any menu music, or Train Sim World 2 I should say, which is a shame. I mean, you compare it to Gran Turismo 7 I have, or even the FIFA games, the menu, the soundtracks they have is fantastic. E60 Commodore 1, I originally hated the Class 31 because of the brakes, but I like it now. I kind of agree with you. I mean, I remember when I first played it, I absolutely despised driving at a 31 at any given point in Train Sim World, mainly because of its brakes. Like you say, I mean, the brakes have its very own distinct I don't know, the brakes just didn't feel very responsive to me. Like, it doesn't feel like the brakes want to work with you, It's almost like you have to grab it by the scruff of the neck and say to the 31, look, I'm going to make you stop. I'm going to make you get down to the specific speed, or stop at a station or a siding, whatever. however hard you're going to put up of a fight, I'm going to stop you. But now I don't know, maybe Dovetail have, because Tees Valley of course had its preservation update came out, I wonder if they've maybe tweaked the braking physics, the braking characteristics of the 31, because deep down when we were stopping at Twyford, approaching Twyford, the brakes were a little bit more, I wouldn't say persuasive, but a little bit more responsive, a little bit easier to slow down and stop. I don't know, maybe it just takes a little bit less time to get down the speed or as you apply the brakes, or I'm not too sure. I mean, I don't know, it just feels like the brakes are a bit, it feels like they're more aligned to work with you more, like, you know, like the brakes want to make your life not easy but easier than it was in 2020. I mean, of course, Train Sim World 2020 are completely different, well, had different physics, maybe not to the brakes, I don't know, but adhesion physics certainly are a new type of physics in Train Sim World 2, so maybe that might have helped the 31 feel a little bit more comfortable to drive. I mean, this is the first time I've driven the 31 this year. I'm just trying to think when the last time I drove the 31. I honestly have no idea. It was probably when I made a video on it, wasn't it? So yeah, I might have to have a look that up when we get to Maidenhead. I'll quickly whiz through some of my YouTube videos and see when I last made a 31 video. It's probably either a scenario or a tutorial, come to think of it. Thierry never knew the 31 had Armstrong powerhouse sounds. That is correct. It does. Thierry, 8th of May 1886, Atlanta, Georgia, United States was when Coca-Cola was made. Wow. Awesome. It's a very iconic brand, of course. I mean, they're even sponsored by, what is it, FIFA for the World Cup. Particularly Christmas time as well, must I say, with that Coca-Cola like Christmas truck as well, isn't it? That's very popular as well. Approaching Maidenhead. Thierry, I'm hyped for May the 26th. Why May the 26th, may I add? May I ask? What's on May the 26th? You see what I mean? The brakes are... They're still trying to put up a fight, but it's much easier to win that fight with the brakes. Just have to win the battle with the use of the full throttle. And now we can get on the brakes. Because here we are at Maidenhead, and that is a perfect stop, may I add. Perfectly judged. That's a first. We're roughly exactly 3 minutes late, but that doesn't matter. Thierry, in 2011, PlayStation and Subway had a partnership. Really? Blimey. I remember when PlayStation and for Transport for London, actually, they had a partnership, and it was last year, I think, or the year before, when they decked out some of the platforms around the London Underground with some of the PS5 titles. I remember at oh, where was it? I think it was Piccadilly Circus, where they actually changed the roundels. A little bit of wheel spin there. My apologies there, I was a bit too keen to get on the throttle. But yeah, I think for that PlayStation partnership with TfL in terms of showcasing their next-gen titles like Spider-Man and Gran Turismo 7, they changed the roundels, the actual roundels, into the shapes of the PlayStation control buttons, like the X, the square, the circle, and the triangle button. I think Seven Sisters, they actually made it into Gran Turismo 7, number 7 Sisters, which I found quite cool. And the ironic thing was in particular at Piccadilly Circus, they really went to town with decking it out with all the PlayStation kind of advertising. Why? Because the I think it was the main Microsoft high street store was not too far from Piccadilly Circus. I mean, I don't know if I know there's a Microsoft store, a big Microsoft flagship store around the Piccadilly Circus area in London. I've never been in there myself because I'm not a Microsoft fan in any way, shape or form. I've always been a fan of the Apple products, to be honest. But yeah, it made me quite giggle when I heard that they deliberately decked it out as to have a swipe at Microsoft. The next stop is Slough, just over 5 miles away. Now, in terms of the next stream, which will be tomorrow, Monday, roughly 8:30 p.m. UK time, we'll still be on some showcasing some British content. This time, looking at the new and the old but improved West Somerset Railway. So new visuals, timetables at a complete clean sweep, and new locomotives have been added to the timetable at West Somerset Railway. So I'm looking forward to taking a little bit of a scenic tour of the West Somerset countryside tomorrow. And if you want to join me for then, you know where to be, on my YouTube channel for a little bit of fun on the West Somerset Railway. Got a couple of services planned, and hopefully one of them works. And it is with the 09 diesel shunter, bringing the coaches in from to Bishop's Ligid. There's a Western. Thundering past. Another thing I thought about why Diesel Legends of Great Western is a good addition to Great Western Express is the actual driving, the challenge of driving, be it big, powerful, heavy freight trains, the TEA wagons, shunting with the 08, driving with the 31, the 45, the 52 on these, high-speed express or stopping patterns, or with the 101. That's another thing I didn't think about, the actual driving. You get a completely different experience when driving these locomotives on Great Western Express. It's almost like you have to relearn the route from scratch, just because of the locomotive's different driving characteristics. Yeah, but if you want to pick up Diesel Legends of Great Western, it's currently available across the board on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, the PC, or you could just wait for a discount for it, and you can pick it up on the cheap. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I really like it. It's a lot of fun. 2 miles to go until Slough. Actually, when we do get to Slough, I could take a look at those the depot where some of the 101s are stored up. And there's another thing I've just come to mind as a good reason to pick up Diesel Legends of Great Western. You can do services that go from Slough, I think, to London Paddington, or Slough to Reading. You can't do that in Great Western Express, which is unusual. You think when with the use of the 166 turbo, you thought those type of services would be incorporated, you know, going from Slough to London Paddington, or Slough to Reading. It's not much, I know, but it's a different type of passenger service that again adds more to the timetable package. But that's not to be on the modern equivalent of Great Western Express, but on Diesel Legends you can do that. Better get on the brakes, because we're approaching Slough. In terms of the sport, wow, we are way going too fast. Blimey. Did I put the throttle on still? No, I haven't. Oopsie daisy. Wow, look at that. Oh, you know what? The brakes might just save our bacon here. Woohoo, that's incredible. Wow, these brakes are good. Blimey. What incredible braking performance that was. Exactly to a stop where I wanted it to be. Perfect. Oh, I'll tell you, these brakes are putting a smile on my face. They've improved it. They're not the brakes I hate anymore, that's for sure. Anyway, where are we? Where is this depot? It's somewhere. Oh, is it not here? Oh no, it's not Slough, is it? You such an idiot. It's there, the next station. It's not at Slough. What am I on about? It's not the next stop, is it? No, it's not. If it's not Slough, then where is it? What is that station? I'm gonna have to have a pause and have a look. Is it either? Was it? It might be Hazen. Is it Hazen Harlington? I don't know. I cannot remember now. Either way, let's go to the next stop, which is West Drayton. Thierry Jenkins is when the 5th installment of my favourite game series comes out. Oh, okay, what game is that? E60 Guy 101. Every time I go on TSW 2020, I feel like I'm back in 2019. Yeah, it's a bit of a shock when you go back on 2020. Just how different it really is, particularly how low quality the graphics are, that's for sure. That's the first thing that caught me by surprise. The frame rate's pretty good though. E60 Guy Good Nola 1, do you know what this line is from? I'ma put some dirt in your eye. Blimey. Was this from a film, a song, or a TV show? Either way, I haven't got a clue. Mr. Quicker Gaming, what's your favourite Root and Loco DLC? Oh, that's an easy one. Easy, Mr. Quicker Gaming. comfortably for me, my most favourite in the Train Sim World franchise is indeed the wonderful and historic Northern Transper line, and the heavy freight pack. Hands down, they're my absolute favourites. Close behind in terms of routes, most definitely LGV Mediterranean is a close second for me. And in third would be, I think, Peninsula Corridor, actually. I don't speak about it that much, but I really do like the different types of things you can do on Peninsula Corridor. I think its timetable package is probably, in terms of variation, the best in the series by a long way. And Loco DLCs, aside from the heavy freight pack, I like the 101. I'll give that a shout. I really do like the DBBR 101. The G6 shunter, that was a nice pleasant surprise for me. I mean, I was really looking forward to that little green shunter, but my god, TSG made a masterpiece when that was released. Unbelievable. I cannot wait to do a stream on that and make videos on the G6. Oh, brilliant shunter, absolute brilliant. The visuals, the physics, the sounds, the things you could do with it, fantastic. What else? Loco add-on wise, the MP15 DC shunter as well. You could see a bit of a theme developing here in terms of shunters and historical routes and stuff. But yeah, LGV is route-wise becoming back too. Yeah, definitely. Again, it's my favourite Train Sim World 2 route by a comfortable margin. It's just such fun. It's such a roller coaster of a route. The speed, the challenge with the TGV duplex, and I like TGVs and French routes in general. The high speed of it all, the thrill of driving. It just brings such a smile to my face. And hopefully a Loco add-on comes to LGV Mediterranean, hopefully for TGV Resu duplex, or maybe an extension to that route going to Lyon. My god, I would be super hyped if either of those things would come to the game. I'll be super excited for it. I'll be squeaking with joy. But we're not too far from West Triton now, so let's get off the power and get on the brakes. Thierry, plus you can do Paddington to Hayes, Harlington and Greenford. There you are. Yeah, that's another reason as well. Thank you, Thierry. Thierry, Sniper Elite 5 set in France 1944. Ooh, okay. I'm not a big fan of gun games, really. I mean, the only gun games I have is I have Call of Duty Black Ops. I like that one, and Call of Duty World War 2. Surprise, surprise. When it comes to World War 2, historical games, I'm a big fan of the Assassin's Creed games. No. Oh no, too late. Never mind. My fault. Damn, the one time I finally made a mistake with this 31 locomotive. It's my mistake there. I broke a little bit too early. We'll just get to the end of the platform, I think. Ah, what good timing. Another 31 has come to say hello. Oh, timing wise I am running very, very late, but for once I don't think the passengers will mind. That should be okay. All the coaches should be on the platform. Indeed they are. And that platform's unique. Thierry's picking up the Sniper Elite 5 Digital Deluxe Edition for how much? £80? Blimey. 80 quid. Blimey. That's a lot of money, isn't it? Well, actually, then again, I spent the equivalent of £126 on the Gran Turismo 7's special edition, the 25th anniversary edition, so I can't say much. But I didn't buy the digital version, I bought the actual physical version. It came equivalent with, I think, what is it, a million credits in day one. I got a Toyota Supra race car, a couple of stealth versions of some of the existing cars. I got some PlayStation icon, Gran Turismo 7 profile icons of the cars, and a nice looking case as well. I pre-ordered it so early. Gran Turismo 7. I think I pre-ordered it as soon as the 25th anniversary version was available for pre-order on Amazon. I just went straight away and ordered it. I was so excited for Gran Turismo 7, and I'm really enjoying playing it. I just love that game so much. I mainly spend time just saving up money, getting the cars, and then just either driving them on cruises or doing escapes with them or photography with the cars. I really do like car photography, not just in the real world but in the virtual world as well. I don't know what I mean. I think it was just two passions of mine come together, really. You know, my love of cars and photography. I remember when I did photography at school. It just really interested me, like, you know, how you can make something that you may not think would be a good photo, you know, be that by different composition of layers, filters, different types of cameras, you know, what type of subject, what type of genre you want to focus on. That really interested me, and then of course came my love of cars. You know, stick them both together, it's something I really love doing, and even more so when the pandemic sadly came along. It increased my enjoyment and ways to explore the world of car photography, be it in the virtual world in particular. Because the photography system on Gran Turismo 7 and Gran Turismo Sport is just so good. You could put a car in any of the, what was it, I think Gran Turismo 7 is like 2,500 spots around the world, in Europe and Asia, and you make a photo out of that and you show that to someone, people wouldn't believe that you just taken a photo from, I don't know, that Kazunori Yamamuchi went photographing, and you get one of the in-game cars and you stick it on the photo, and then you edit it to make it look like that was a photo you took with the car, there, like, it's incredible. And I broke late again because I was too busy discussing my passion for cars and photography and Gran Turismo. Come on, off the brakes. I think that's one annoying thing still about the 31 is how long it takes for the brakes to release. That will do. We're nearly 5 minutes late, but I couldn't really care, to be honest with you. Right, so that's the West Drayton facility, which doesn't get used at all on Great Western Express. Not just timetable, but scenarios as well. So that's where I was saying earlier that hopefully when the preservation update comes along, they add these type of services that the 66 or maybe even the 08 can do if they even want to put an 08 shunter in there and let these kind of services take place. And again, it just brings more variation and brings these areas to life. But that's just my opinion, of course. I mean, any opportunity that's worthy of some shunting with a shunter or a 66 or anything like that, or shunting duties in a timetable, I'll take any day of the week. I mean, people ask me, why do I enjoy shunting so much? It's like a puzzle. You got to put the pieces of the puzzle together. I'd happily spend an afternoon trundling around a goods yard and putting trains together, taking trains apart, putting them in wagons in different places, etc., etc. I just find that when you do these type of services, you get a great sense of, for me, accomplishment, and also it takes quite a long time to do. So yeah, you get a lot of gameplay that takes quite a bit of your time, which I really like doing. Sometimes I'd spend I remember on Amtrak, the Amtrak shunter on Northeast Corridor, New York. I remember during the very early days of the lockdown, I think I spent an entire afternoon shunting the Amtrak carriages into different positions and making up trains like Northeast regional trains and all this kind of stuff. For me, it's just such a fun thing to do. And Peninsula Corridor is another good example with that MP15DC. Such a good timetable package. For me, one of the best Loco DLC timetable packages you can get, really. Such great for variation, and you get a really lot of enjoyment out of it, and challenge as well. And when I did my latest video of my timetable series at your service, of course, that was a shunting service with the 08, and again, it adds quite a bit to the enjoyment factor of a West Cornwall local. Bringing those coaches in and shunting them into the platform. When you take that away, it feels wrong, doesn't it? When you take something like that out of a route, you do feel like that's a big gap in my experience that I don't get to enjoy anymore. But thankfully, if you have Northern Trans-Pennine and a heavy freight pack and West Cornwall, stick all three of those together, and you get some quite fun enjoyment with those shunting services. I would have enjoyed the shunting service tonight of putting some coaches into London Paddington from Old Oak Common. That is if for some reason some sort of bug wouldn't get in the way of me coupling up to some coaches with an 08. Very odd. I'll have to definitely dive into that another time. I presume it's just a bug or something. Hopefully when I have another go on that it would have been resolved, or it may have just been that specific service. I've no idea. Right, the next station is Southall. Ah, here we go. This is where the 101s come from, or some of them. This time we're going to get this one right in terms of braking in the right place. That's better. Much better. Right, let's take a look at the chat. Polish Kid, do you have War Thunder? I do not know. I have a World of Warships, though. Speaking of war games, I like the history. Really, is what brought me to it. But and speaking of World of Warships, even if you don't like World of Warships, check out the World of Warships YouTube channel and the Naval Legends series playlist. Fantastic, almost like naval documentaries using World of Warships as a pillar to tell the story of those warships and the battles that they fought in, and the technical specifications as well. Really good fun. Really worth a good watch. Foxy, hey Spurs. Hey Foxy, hope you're well. Welcome. I'm very well, thank you. Hope you're well too. He personally prefers Sniper Ghost Warrior 3, does Foxy? Yeah, it's good to see you, Foxy. I know you've wanted to come to a stream, but every time I've done a stream you couldn't make it. I'm sure for reasons that is totally understandable, but it's nice to see that you've come along to one of my streams. That's cool. P60 going on the fat controller angrily pointed at the clock. Oh, I couldn't care what the fat controller thinks. He's probably in his office still eating the Easter eggs from Easter. He's probably not even noticing. Thierry Jacobs, the Sniper Elite series is a kill camera where the game tracks the bullet and shows you what it actually is doing to the human body. Oh, oh, blimey, that's brutal. Foxy, I love photography and low life as well, but also writing my own novels. Oh, novels and poems, that's quite cool. Thierry, for deluxe edition you get the main Kill Hitler DLC, the 1938 suppressed pistol and season pass one. Oh, okay, that's not bad. That's is it worth £80? I mean, this is my problem with these special edition versions of games. You know, why price them so high? I mean, I like Gran Turismo 7, but is like special edition versions like worth 80 or sometimes £100 plus? No, I don't think so. But this is the problem. Because I like Gran Turismo so much, I would pay that amount of money for it. But I personally think that special edition versions of games should not be hideously expensive. Way too much. But that's just the way things go. Ethan plays TV, gaming and videos. Hey, how are you? Hope you're well. I'm just conducting some passenger services of yesteryear on the diesel legends of Great Western. The 1970s to be exact, time-wise. Foxy Skyhook fixed the issue with the saves on Horseshoe Curve. Saves? I wouldn't know there's an issue with saves. It must have registered my completed service I did on my stream of Horseshoe Curve and the tutorials. It must be from the older consoles, I imagine, or the PC maybe. I haven't encountered any save issues. Because the thing with the PS5 is that with PS Plus, you can have two different save mechanics. You can either save it to a cloud, to the cloud, or you can save it to the actual storage of the console itself. So I technically have two different save locations. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Horseshoe Curve got mixed up with the two, maybe made two copies of them on save versions of them. I'm not too sure, I'm just completely guessing. I'm not sure about that, actually. I never knew there was a save issue as far as Horseshoe Curve was concerned. Foxy, and they answered the email about the bug report. Oh, they did. They answered your emails. Oh, about time too. Interesting to see what they put. Foxy, yeah, that's right. I wish I could be in your streams more often. But I study for my final exams and my advanced course of politics. Oh, it's final exam on Tuesday. That's why I've no time. Well, fair enough. That's all right. Make sure you pass your exams first, and then I'm sure you'll be able to. When the summertime comes around, I'm sure you can pop round to some of my streams more often. That is, unless I don't go on holiday, of course, in a lot in the summertime. I'm planning to. There was a quite nice little package of going to Amsterdam in the Netherlands that's caught my attention recently. When I went to France, it was a cruise to France. There was a cruise to Amsterdam. It was only 4 days, but it was cheap as chips. And I was thinking, oh, you know what? I like the Netherlands. You know, I like the sound of Amsterdam, the party city of Europe. So I was thinking, well, maybe I should go to Amsterdam of the Netherlands. Yeah, I mean, the Netherlands is certainly a place I'd like to go. Other places Europe-wise. Italy, Germany. I might as well just name all of them. Greece. Yeah, Germany would be quite good. Right, let's look for doors. Oh, I didn't check out the sheds for the 101s. Never mind. It's my mistake. I forgot. I presume we're going to the next and final stop, which is London Paddington. We've got, imagine we're due in at 15:20 or 25, something like that. So let's see if we can actually make it to this station on time. Don't actually know what time it is in the real world. It's 10:33 at night. Wow, that's been going a long time. Nearly 2 hours. Well, time has flown by. That's because I've had a fun stream. Hope you've all enjoyed tonight's stream as well. Of course, if you did enjoy it, make sure to smash that like button. Feel free to share it around with your friends that maybe would be interested in coming along to view my streams or check me out as a channel in terms of the Train Sim World stuff I do. That is, if your friends like Train Sim World. Of course, this will be re-uploaded to the channel in full 1080p quality with the live chat replay enabled, and it will also be added to the specific Train Sim World playlist. Streams playlist, that is. And like I said earlier, the next stream will be, of course, still within the United Kingdom. This time taking a trip along the wonderful Somerset countryside. That is, of course, the West Somerset Railway. Where's the brakes still on? Should be released. Let's release the brakes. Foxy, yeah, the issue was that you could not save the game and load it. Oh, really? Oh. Oh, I see. From like a specific point of a service or something. I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah. Or a scenario or something. I never usually do that. Once I just do a service or a log service or a scenario, I just go for it and try and complete it to the end. E60 going on, the railroads in the 1970s were suffering dreadfully. Were they really? Well, of course, one railroad I know in the 1970s seemingly wasn't suffering was the Clinchfield Railroad. I like Clinchfield. Extremely challenging route. Nice picturesque route as well. The atmosphere wonderfully replicated. Along the Appalachian Mountains, of course, in the states of Kentucky and Virginia. Imagine trying to visit the Clinchfield Railroad these days. You know, for wildlife, the atmosphere. Oh, I'd love that. Speaking of the Clinchfield Railroad, hopefully a DLC comes to it soon. It needs them. Two contenders spring to mind: the U-36C, or the U-boat, and the GP9 switcher. I think those two would be very good additions to the Clinchfield Railroad. Particularly the GP9. There are loads of mines and tipples that does not have any activity, particularly on the main line. So hopefully, if we have the additions of not just a GP9, but of course the U-36C, then hopefully more activities will be brought to life on the Clinchfield Railroad. Foxy, yeah, they answered the email that concerns the DBBR 187. I told them that the lights cannot be seen from the cab, and the moderator said they gave feedback towards the team, and they did not forget about the 187. Well, let's see if they keep their word then. Speaking of the 187, it was rather funny that Dovetail, when the Skyhook version of the 187 was added to Train Sim World, I think Dovetail then did a route to a DLC of the 187 for Train Simulator for the, what was it, Strasbourg to Karls route, that cross-country route of France and Germany. There's a 52 coming into Paddington. But yeah, and that had a pretty decent sound package, which is rather ironic. You think it'd be the other way around. You think Train Simulator have a crappy sound package by Dovetail, not Skyhook and Train Sim World, but there we are. I think Dovetail were planning of basically just grabbing the sound package they'd use for the Train Simulator version of the 187 and stitch it into the Train Sim World version of the 187, which I think it desperately needs. Even if it's not sounds 110% accurate, it's got to be better and completely different to the horrendous sounds that it currently uses with the 185.2 sound packages. I'm not saying that the 185.2 itself is bad, I'm just saying that the sound package that the 187 uses, which is from the 185.2, is very bad. I think it's like a broken version of the sound packages. Sadly, we didn't make it on time to London Paddington, but never mind. Foxy, I hope they hold that word. Let's hope so. Mathieu been aboard once to the Gran Canary. Ah, right. That's the Canary Islands, right? I don't think I've ever been. No, I haven't been to the Canary Islands. Or the Gran Canary. Certainly the USA is a place I'd love to visit. Oh, I could spend months in the USA. So much I could explore. The cities, you know, the extraordinary landscapes of like the deserts and the mountains, the forests. Oh, it's just it's a different world over in America. And the trains as well. It's always nice when you visit a new country that you... I just love to explore the culture as well. Fascinates me. Blimey, that scared me then, that coach on the right hand side. I thought for a second it was on our track. I thought, blimey, we're going to crash. But here we are, journey's end at London Paddington. That will do. Perfect. Oh, you've got to be joking. Surely. That is not close enough for you, game? Blimey. You've ruined the end of it, you silly game. There we are. That's loud. Two 31s and a Western. Not bad at all. Not a single 101 in sight. Haven't seen many of the 101s in this stream, come to think of it. There's the Western coming in to pick its coaches up. And there we are. Took me just over an hour. Of course, I was dawdling mostly, to be honest with you. But I completed the service and got a gold medal, which was a bit of a surprise. And let's conclude the stream. Top Gaming, hey, how are you? But I'm afraid... about to finish, I'm afraid, sadly to say, but thankfully with the stream being re-uploaded to the channel, you can watch it back in full if you so wish. And Top Gaming is abroad at the moment. Very nice. Hope you're having a lovely holiday. Thierry Jenkins, the 31 sit at Paddington for too long in his mind. Really? I don't know how long they wait at London Paddington, but I'm pretty sure it's for at least maybe 10 or 20 odd minutes. Long time, of course. When you don't think about it, that is. When you think about it, I should say. But there we are. That concludes this stream, of course, of the diesel legends of Great Western on Great Western Express. Really enjoyed it. Nice to relive some 1970s passenger diesel action, thundering along, of course, through the high speed of Great Western Express between Reading and London Paddington. Of course, if you enjoyed it, like I said, make sure to give it a like. Please subscribe if you are new for more Train Sim World streams and content. Speaking of, for next stream, I must remind you that it will be tomorrow, Monday, the 25th of April 2022, roughly same time, 8:30 p.m. UK time. Of course, you can see the details of the respective timings of the countries that I have put in that list. USA and different parts of Europe and Asia, etc., etc. So that be a little bit of a guide to you as when you can tune in. Of course, that will concern the upgraded West Somerset Railway. So I hope you could join me for that. I'm looking forward to that. I haven't been on it for a very, very long time, so it'd be nice to take a quaint, relaxing drive on Britain's longest preserved heritage railway. So I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching. If you can't tune in to my next live stream tomorrow, then of course, hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a good week as well. So I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching. Take care. And as always, I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Take care.